I'm in Salad, and I saw 28 Days Later, and yes, I'm still wearing my Halloween costume from last night. I streamed until dawn, in my Miss Incredible costume, and I liked the skirt so much that I wanted it to wear it during this review. The set in the link tree right here is actually in the Incredibles costume, not what I'm wearing now. So that'll be up there. And also, you should check out the Until Dawn playthrough because it's available as a VOD now. So all that is covered. Now let's get on with the review. I wanted a British-looking neighborhood to film in, but it seems like the highway is a little bit too loud. So I'm gonna switch filming locations. Did I mention that 28 Days Later is directed by Danny Boyle? And I'm reviewing this because it is a request. Plus, it's the 20th year anniversary of the release date. Today, November 1st. It came out in 2002. In the UK specifically. So, if you haven't seen this movie, I'm going to spoil it for you. So the movie starts following some people break into a primate lab, and these primates are in a bunch of cages. And I'm like, why are they in a bunch of cages? Well, these people are like, oh, this is inhumane. Oh no, inhumanity. That's kind of bad. They're going to release the chimps because cages are bad, but the researchers are like, hey, no, they're rage monsters. They've been infected with rage. I mean, come on, man. Why you gotta try to mess with a researcher's research? One of the activists does so one of the dumbest things I could possibly think of is it's just opens the cage and it gets attacked, and they don't get killed immediately. So now there's an ape rampaging about. So we follow Jim. He just woke up 28 days later. That's the name of the movie, if you got it. Yeah, I was like, hey, I like that. But yeah, we follow Jim, but we don't get to know his name immediately. We're pretty much kind of like taking in the scene with him, which I appreciate a lot. Like he's waking up naked, alone in a hospital that is abandoned, and there's just like trash everywhere. He leaves the hospital trying to find people, and it's just trash everywhere. Everything is desolate. Everything is abandoned. And it takes him a lot of walking to find a couple of newspapers that are like, hey, this place is abandoned. Great Britain, abandoned. No bueno, no. I'm like, oh. Imagine if you're one person and in a city that is completely abandoned. But it just raises the question, what abandoned that? What caused the abandonment? Well, he kind of searches around some more, and he attracts the attention of some angry people. And those angry people are attacking him angrily. And I'm just like, oh boy, please do not get attacked. And he's barely saved by good old pals who kind of just are there to help Mark and Selena. And they're kind of like traveling around. They're like, oh no, your parents are dead. All of our parents are dead. And Jim wants to go see his parents because he wants to know if they're dead or not. And this is the moment where when we're all introduced to the characters, their names at this point. Even having followed Jim for like 20 minutes, it's beautiful. They walk to the parents' house. They go to Jim's parents' house, and they've left a beautiful note for Jim. And it's heartbreaking because they thought Jim was dead, so they kind of just committed undead. That's what they did. They committed undead. There's no time for mourning because undead are, I guess they're rage beasts. The rage beasts, the feral ones, just kind of just go vroom, go through windows and start attacking. And Selena is really cool. I like her a lot. But Mark gets scratched, and so he has to be put down, to put it lightly. Put down with the machete several times. And honestly, it's such a sad sight. Now it's Jim and Selena, and they kind of barely know each other. And so they're trying to find other people, trying to find resources. And I really like how they're in a city and they do find this apartment that has some blinking lights, and I'm like, oh, that might be some people there. I'm also like super skeptical that any blinking lights is going to attract the attention of people enraged. But you know, it's always a precaution everywhere you go in this society now. And Selena is honest. Let me talk about her real quick. She's like flat out cold. She's like, if you were infected at all, Jim, I would just cut you within like 15 seconds. I'd just murder you because it's for my safety. And honestly, it's probably a good thing. And so they go to this place, and they're being chased by the good old pals that are enraged, the enraged boys, as I'm going to call them. And luckily, they're saved by Frank. Frank has a riot shield, and he has a daughter named Hannah. And it's honestly, the relationship is cute. And what's super fun is Selena actually does find some solace in this. I find it really cute that there's like some character development with Selena, because she is from like super hard, cold, like sad. I mean, not sad, but like more like, oh, well, a living is the only thing that we have because this world sucks, to having seen Frank and Hannah and their relationship, because they have each other, everything is okay. And Selena's like, yeah, you know what? I think this is pretty great. I think that the presence of family makes things so much easier. There's a few traveling shots when they find this radio. The radio is broadcasting this message from an army base, and they're like, hey, we have the answer to the infection, and also food supplies, all that fun stuff. So they're going to go there. Well, on their journey, they ransack a fun little place called a supermarket. And honestly, if there is no currency and just like an empty supermarket, that's so cool. Like, you just have a food supply. You can just like grab all the food you need, which is what they do, and then leave town, which is awesome. Of course, Jim has a couple of nightmares about being abandoned, but he isn't abandoned, so that's good. They do end up making it to the barricade. There's a couple infected there, and Frank just has to snoop around. Oh, I find a crow eating an infected person. Let me kick the fence that the infected person is sitting on. By the way, that infected person is like 6 feet above me. Me as Frank. And so when I kick, then there's blood that goes into my eye. Infected blood. Frank, you're gonna have to get put down like a dog. I'm sorry, your fate is secured. Bam! Be gone. And Hannah's like, are you okay, Frank, Dad? He's like, go away. He gets shot up by some soldiers, and those soldiers take them to this lovely little barricade. It seems pretty safe. They have hot water. They have food. And the cook is a bad cook. I really do like the fleshing out of each personality, though. Like, each soldier is like their own person. They have their own traits. Like, one is a bad chef. One is very foul-mouthed and just kind of forward, too. There's even a point where like, one of the soldiers, I find his actions especially creepy. One of the soldiers is like, come here, Selena, let me feel up on you. Let me start the mating process. And it's like, why? Of course, this whole fight is breaking out, and he's ordered to clean up some bodies after a whole bomb attack. Bam, bam, well, not bombs, they were landmines, and then all the infected just started blowing up on those landmines, which was pretty cool, honestly. That was a fun shot. The entire battle, there's like this conversation, like, I got one. It's like, well, do you want a prize? Keep shooting them. Keep on shooting. It was awesome. I absolutely loved it. And Selena is being defended by the Major West, and Selena just kind of walks about in the huff, and Major West and Jim have a nice little tasty snack of whiskey, and I'm like, I would like some of that whiskey. Why aren't you sharing some with me? There's a proposition. Actually, the entire idea of this barricade is to repopulate, and that includes having women as sex slaves. That's not good. That's not good at all. That I declare sex slavery as bad. Of course, Jim is like, I'm not a big fan of this. I'm gonna try to leave. He gets captured, and then he actually does leave, which is fun, handy dandy stuff. But also, trying to get caught. The soldiers are trying to catch him, and while Jim is like out and about, he releases. There's like an infected guy on a chain, just kind of like there, just to see how long it takes for them to starve to death. He releases the infected guy onto the other soldiers. Pretty much almost wipes out the entire soldiers, and there's this like whole like, oh, we gotta get into the car now. We really gotta get into the car to escape. But like one of the soldiers is really persistent and really wants to keep him, but like Hannah's a cool driver, and she like goes reverses, and then bam, the guy flies out, and then they're able to go vroom safely, and it's pretty magical stuff. And then 28 days later, after that, they're on an island, and there's news that these infected are actually, get this, they're starving to death. And I guess there's a whole theory that this disease was kind of contained on the little island of Britain. So the outside world has like planes and stuff, so you can see like planes like on this beautiful island. Just seeing a plane, it's like, oh, there's human civilization actually. That's very beautiful. That's a beautiful ending, and that's how the movie ends. There's a lot of really good classic shots. I'm thinking of one shot specifically. Jim walks into a church, and it's showing the cross, the window, and the door at the same time. It's a beautiful shot. There's a lot of like other beautiful shots where it's just like Jim walking down this like empty, desolate London, and it's pretty awesome. I really love the idea of having shut down that street in London just to put like a bunch of trash on it, just to walk through it, and then like after having done that, cleaning it all up. It's like, where did they get all that trash? The super big brain questions. These are the important questions. Where did they get all that trash? I know in the movie it's like everywhere, but look at this trash here. Did they get it from here? I bet they got it from this pile specifically, because I know for this a fact that this pile regenerates trash infinitely. And so, in honor of that infinite trash generator, I'm gonna rate this movie a solid 8.5 out of 10. If you like this video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with everyone you know. The ultimate goal of this channel is for me to become an expert film watcher. So, you can request a movie in the comments below. Because if I haven't reviewed it on the channel, there's a chance I haven't even seen it. So request a movie in the comments below. You can fast track the request at patreon.com/ASEpresents for $20 a month for one movie review per 1 month, or $3 a month for some daily vlogs, all at patreon.com/ASEpresents. And if you want to help support the daily grind, go to this link tree. It really helps see some NSFW content, but more importantly, it helps keep the movies daily in. So go to this link tree, and until next time, I'm mint salad saw. I'll see you later. My salad crew's on the bacon bits.